What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Planet Doubt channel where we doubt everything. I'm here with the squad. My name is Chris.
CX Drive in the building.
Oh,
Andy.
and it's your boy John Lewis. We got some energy in the building tonight.
Everybody's feeling all loose.
It's a new day.
Welcome back, guys. This is a segment we like to call One Got a R.I.P. This segment is painful. This segment is just heartbreaking. If you're new to the channel, first of all, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. You're going to have a good time. I promise you. You might hear some crazy shit, but we'll make up for it. We'll find some way to justify it. But yeah, this segment, basically, we pick, each of us get a turn to basically present 4 options to the rest of the crew. We have to get rid of one of these options. We never know what the options are till the person presents them. And this video is my dog, Meezy F Baby. He's going to give us, he's going to present to us our 4 options. One got R.I.P. Manny, what are we doing?
All right, guys. So you're not going to be surprised by this at all because it's me. But I picked superhero movies for One Got a R.I.P. Now, so here's the thing. I only went with Marvel movies. Sorry, my DC fans. I really wanted to get some DC movies in there, but I just wanted like the quality to kind of be around the same. You know what I mean? To make it really tough on us. So that's why I went like specifically with the Marvel
John would have RIP'd all the DC movies.
Yeah, so I was like, let me pick 4 movies that I know we all fuck with. But I picked the 4 that I believe are the best Marvel movies. If you guys disagree, you're fucking wrong. I'm just playing. But yeah, I picked the 4 that I believe are the best. We'll talk about it now. But the 4 that I picked are Iron Man 1, The Avengers, the first one, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, my personal favorite, and Guardians of the Galaxy. So those are the 4 I picked.
Wow.
Well, I mean, again, like I said, bro, like of all the Marvel movies I've seen, and I'm like, y'all, like I've literally seen every single one of them. These are the ones that like I can think that I enjoyed the most. Like, and you know, like a lot of these are like the best in their circle. So like Winter Soldier is the best Cap movie. Iron Man's the best Iron Man. The Avengers, like
these are just the 4 best Marvel movies.
Yeah, literally. Like they're the 4 best Marvel movies, bro. Like I don't think it gets better in quality from these. Like
the Captain America one, that's the one where they had the fight scene on the boat, right?
Yes, with St. Pierre. Yeah, with GSP. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start there.
Okay.
Because that movie like set the shit up for Cap for me on a whole new level, dog.
For remember... dog, John, let me piggyback off of that real quick. I'll let you continue. But I wasn't even a Captain America fan until these fucking movies. Dog. I always thought he was corny, like overrated, did not like him. These movies started coming out and I was like, nah, hold up, I got him fucked up. Like,
but wait, so is that was the second one or the third one?
That was the second one. That was the second one.
Yeah, from the first to second one, the leap was just crazy.
And I like the first one.
I like the first one.
But
I don't.
It's not. Dog, I wouldn't compare it to this
far
level.
superior. It's
far
superior
like attitude change, fighting change. Like I low-key felt like I was watching an Avengers movie just on the fighting quality alone, like on that in that aspect.
And on the fighting, let's talk about it again, bro. GSP fighting Captain America. Like, if you like MMA at any level, you were going crazy for that because that shit was incredible. Dude hits him with the, I thought you were more than just a shield. And he gets rid of the shield, takes off the helmet, and just straight fights this dude. Like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, that movie's nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
And I think like it has the best story of any Marvel movie too. Like just the whole thing with like his friend, full spoilers, even though if you haven't seen this, it's the whole story with like, you know, his friend that died in the first movie, and then like there's a villain that comes in and they're trying to find they're trying to find him, and it turns out it is his friend. Like, I don't know, man. This one really hit home. It's my personal favorite like superhero movie. Like it's, you know, it's a good one for sure.
Yeah, this is where Bucky's just like straight hypnotized by the fucking.
And I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I think Bucky is also at his coolest in this one too. Like I think this is the one where I like his character overall, but this is the one where I fucked with him the most for sure.
I could see that. I think the problem with Bucky is they never. I mean, spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't seen it. The next one, I mean, in Civil War, he was pretty.
Yeah, he was pretty
lit, but he didn't really get to shine. But then after he like stopped being brainwashed, they kind of just like.
I feel like
they went the Hulk route.
Yeah, they didn't know what to do with him. They were just like, he's cool, but just kind of keep him around. Like,
like even at the end, they didn't even make him second Captain America. They just I'd give it to Anthony Mackie's
which was a
character.
mistake, but whatever.
To
I mean, I don't mind. Based off how they were treating Bucky, I don't mind
Yeah,
that they gave
yeah.
it to
that's
Sam instead.
That's why they did it.
But back to this movie. Oh my god! Talk about this movie. It's so incredible. This movie, I think, like Manny said, I think it has the best story. But I think what it is that at its core, it doesn't have to be a superhero movie to be amazing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the other movies, because they're superhero movies, at their core, they're like you can't really take them out and make them something else. I think with this movie, you take this movie at its core, its story, and you can make it literally with anything. It doesn't need the heroes. The heroes just adds an extra thing. And I know John will really like the whole anti-government, like you can't trust anybody in the government because they were playing him the whole time, and that's who he was. His whole life, that's who he was fighting for.
Hydra.
So they got the
That's
little
true.
Illuminati.
They can
Mixed
hail
in
Hydra.
I like the whisper. The whisper. And like not only that, but like also the Easter eggs in this movie like don't get enough credit. That scene where they're on the roof and he's like, the system targets anybody who's a threat. He starts naming people, and then one of the people he names is Stephen Strange, and that's like years before Doctor Strange came out, bro. Like, dog, come on, man. Like,
I have
shit
to
like
have to
that.
rewatch this shit, dog.
So do I.
It's
I
great.
haven't watched it in a while.
It's like
When
a
I-
straight spy movie.
Yes, and then
All espionage.
when I like during quarantine, I rewatched like not all the Marvel movies, but like I think I did Phase 1 and 2, and I realized that like a lot of the guys that are in that movie are in other movies that I didn't even realize, bro. Like the dude
Yeah.
who said that, Stephen Strange, he was in like the Thor movie. I think he was in Avengers as well, and I didn't even know that until I rewatched all of them. So like that's the other thing, the fact that they were able to pluck guys that were in other movies and just make them like bad guys. Like I was like, bro, this is too good. And the whole thing again, like you were saying, I see with like Hydra like forming from the core of Shield, like I that was such a good twist on it, man. Like
Yeah.
That was insane.
My favorite scene, elevator scene, when he finds
legendary.
out. Yeah, that shit was too lit.
Boy said, before we get started,
does anybody want to get off? Too
One of my
good, bro.
favorite scenes
Too
in the
good.
whole movie.
Yes. I think that like the fighting scenes, like John said, are top tier in that movie as well.
For
like
sure, yeah.
like those are amongst the best fighting scenes in any superhero movie, man. Like too
It's
good.
super memorable too. Like it's the beginning boat scene,
That shit came in hot, boy.
yeah.
This one-
it started
this one
off.
starts
hot.
off- does it start off after the boat scene? It goes to Cap and this guy running, right?
Yeah. On
They
your
were
left.
training. He's on your
Yeah.
left.
On your left.
And he's just doing laps around
Yeah.
this dude while they were running on the. I'm remembering this whole movie now. Oh, Chris! Shout out to Sam Jackson at the end of this movie
Oh,
when
yeah,
Nick
that's
Fury goes
right.
to look at his tool and they got that little Ezekiel 25.
17.
The other movie I had on here, Iron Man 1. I mean, I feel like there's no shortage of things that we could say about that movie, bro. Like
that movie is too.
The movie that said it all.
set it
Hell
off
yeah.
in the perfect way with perfect casting. Like
Yes.
you know what I mean? That beginning scene, like when he's like in the Humvee or whatever, and then the bomb goes off, and then it cuts to him like in the cave or
Yeah,
whatever.
in the cave.
Yes, bro. Makes friends with the guy, and then the guy's like, go. No, you gotta see your family. Come on. This is my plan. This is my plan all along. I'm gonna see them very soon. Like, dog, that shit too good.
I
Damn.
remember watching that as a kid, man. I was just like amazed. Because I was pretty young. It was 2008, right? That's
Yeah.
when it came out.
And also, real quick, like, I wish that they would go back to practical effects with Iron Man, dog. I love the practical way more than the CGI suit. I think the CGI suit looks way too fake.
CGI is everything now, man.
No, but I
CGI 's
hate it, bro. Like, even now when I watch Iron Man 1, like that suit
That
still looks
suit
better
is
to me than
amazing.
the suits
That
today.
suit is
Yeah.
amazing. You can
That's
definitely
why-
tell right now.
That's my main beef with DC, but we won't get into that.
And look,
But like I was saying, like I remember watching this as a kid, and it was like the first. Well, Spider-Man was obviously the first Marvel like live
X-Men,
live
sir.
action.
X-Men.
Oh yeah, that's
X-Men,
right,
yeah.
X-Men. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right, X-Men. But like in a while, I guess because actually no, didn't Spider-Man 3
What's
come out
X-Men?
in 08 also? Or
Wait,
07,
what are
something
you
like-
saying?
well,
Are you saying like the movie that set it off for superhero movies? Is
Yeah,
that what you're
yeah, I
saying?
guess.
Nah, that was
the
X-Men.
movie
That
that
was the first
started
X-Men.
the movie that started everything off. So-
technically, it was Blade, but
I think X-Men set it off more than Blade, but
What
whatever.
year was X-Men? 2000?
I think so.
I think
yeah.
99, wasn't it? Wasn't it
I think
99?
it was 2000. And then Spider-Man 1 was 2002.
2001. No, it was 2001.
They skipped a year because of 9/11.
Oh, word. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah, Jose got the facts. Well, like I was saying, I remember just being a kid and watching it in theaters, and I was just so amazed. And then like watching him walk out the cave when he built all his armor and he had that
That giant suit.
yeah, that giant suit in the heart.
OG
And then the
Iron
music
Man
too. The music where it's I am Iron Man, and just like, bro, yeah, that song is too good. And then at the end, he's like, you know what?
Hmm.
I'm Iron Man. He doesn't give a shit.
Oh, yeah, dog. The casting, man. That's I don't know. It's too perfect. Where my dog Robbie,
Mm-hmm.
he's. I feel like even if you go back and watch movies that he's in that's not Iron Man, you're like, yeah, this man was meant to to play this role like
Of course.
like perfectly. And what was the director John?
Jon Favreau.
Jon
Jon
Favreau.
Favreau.
Yep. Excellent director.
And before that, he never did anything in this realm, though, right? Like before.
Superhero wise,
uh,
no. Not this.
I don't
level.
know if he did like producer stuff. Like
He
maybe
did.
for-
He did other producer things and writing stuff,
Yeah.
but superhero world, no. This was like
Yeah.
the first thing
Yeah,
he
this
did.
is what kicked it off.
But yeah, he did an amazing job with
Oh, he
that.
killed it.
Now he's doing The Mandalorian, which was amazing.
Yeah, with Star Wars
Love that shit.
Mandalorian.
Hell yeah.
For me, yeah, this is the first Blu-ray movie I ever bought. I remember to
Really?
this day, I was at the BJ store, and it was the last copy. I see it on the table, and I put my hand to get it, and someone else puts their hand to get it. It was like this
Damn.
That was
older.
love at first sight.
It was this older man, like in his 30s,
That
and
was another man.
He saw.
We're learning some things about Jose.
In
today.
his 30s.
Calm down, okay? He saw me. He saw my face. He knew I really wanted this movie.
He was like, son.
But he let me have it. I took it home.
He
that
let
day.
you have it, yo.
All right, pause. He let me have the
Yeah.
movie, okay? But yeah, I remember watching this in theaters. Also amazed at everything, the whole movie, the whole story, the cast, everything like that. And I remember leaving on the credits. I was leaving, and right when I was leaving, there's a guy who works in the movie theater. He's like, "Yo, don't leave yet. There's something at the end." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Who stays in the
You
movies?"
think you're the only superhero
Yeah.
around?
And we stayed
Part
and
of a
watched
bigger
that
universe
scene.
that you even realize, dog. Oh my
The
god.
end credit scene. That's what started end credit scenes in movies. Like
Yeah.
now it's looked at as
It's not-
kind of corny, but
Yeah.
they had
crazy.
it in other movies. But this is what started
Not,
with the Marvel.
not to this level.
yeah,
not
to this level to
Yeah.
to put in another movie like that.
To tie in
crazy.
this many movies. Yeah. like
and I
this.
always said it, like Iron Man. He's my favorite Marvel character. He's my Batman to that universe because they basically
Mm-hmm.
are billionaires. They make their own suits and stuff like that. You know, the techs and stuff. So I see that as that. But-
Characters are very different.
yeah,
but yes,
characters
I see
are
what you
very
mean.
different, but like in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. This is my favorite Marvel movie of all time.
As far as Iron Man, as everybody knows, because every time someone ever mentions a top list for Marvel movies, this is always up there. It's always in my top 3. Yeah, this movie just does so many things right, and I think, like everyone said with the casting, this movie, as much as this role saved Robert Downey Jr., I think
Oh,
Robert Downey
definitely.
Jr. saved this role.
Definitely.
I think Iron Man would have been nothing if it wouldn't have been for him.
I agree 100%,
Yeah, that's
dog.
a good way to put
With
it.
somebody with like he just, I don't know, man. He really like just brought so much charisma to that role, bro. That
Yeah.
like I don't know who else
He
you could
made
even
it
put in
his.
those shoes. And
Yeah, it was exactly what you needed from a star. He had the perfect, like his acting ability, of course, and then the perfect amount of charm and level of fame to carry this, to make it just carry the whole thing and make it become what it
Yeah,
has
when you
become now.
when you think about Iron Man, his face is him
Crazy.
basically, and like it's so funny because the actor wise, Robert Downey Jr. before that role, he was like blacklisted. He wasn't getting any movie roles
yeah,
because of his
he
past.
had like he had drug problems,
drug problems and
shit. He
anything,
was in
and
that
it
rehab.
was because of Jon Favreau that he put him in the movie. He demanded that he be in this movie, and he did such a great job casting him. Because look at where he is right now, one of the top actors in the world, one of the top paid actors in the world right now. But yeah,
Talking about paid, I think for this first Iron Man movie, I don't think he made like barely anything, right? I think like to initially get him, I think they got him like a pretty low price. Like I don't
I'm
think
pretty
he got
sure
paid
because
over
this
a
is
million or
this
anything
was
like that.
one of the first franchise in starting superhero movies. So like, it wasn't expected to go that route that much that big that it did right now, that it is known for. But I know like Terrence Howard was in this movie, and he had like a
Big
kind
up.
of
R.I.P.
he had like a kind of mess up with that because that the main reason he wasn't in the second Iron Man film because he wanted more money and
Or I
more
think
money
he wanted-
than Robert
More
Downey
money
Jr.
than yeah.
No, I think he wanted as much as.
Oh yeah,
Robert.
as much
I think
or
that's what it
more,
was.
but he
Yeah.
because he in that
Which
time he
is
was
tripping.
look he's
hard.
tripping, but at that time he did win his awards and everything. He just came out from like a Oscar and stuff like that movie, but
For what? Hustle and Flow?
yeah, Hustle Flow. He did.
No, so he did not win the Oscar for Hustle and Flow.
That
Hustle and
movie
Flow
did.
won an Oscar, but like for like the music, like
But
he didn't win an Oscar.
he came off from that point. He was
Yeah.
at that level of whatever highness you want to call it.
I
in
don't
actors.
think he was at that level, but I could see how maybe he thought.
But
that.
he was looked at as
Yeah.
one of the top actors at that time, though. Like he was getting a whole bunch of roles too. But his pettiness got him where he is today.
Yeah. And look where he's at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a show. What is it? Empire
Empire,
or
the trashest show
Yeah.
on air.
Well, you can
Oh,
say
hot
trash,
hot
but
take. Different segment.
it is its own thing, and it's got its own popularity with people.
Yeah.
Sorry, I offended you, Jose.
I don't watch
I'll
the
let
show.
You watch your I'll let you watch your show in peace.
No, I don't watch the show, but I know that people love that show, and it is looked at as what it is.
Let's talk about the Avengers.
Jesus
So
Christ?
I mean, yeah, this is like there's not. I don't even know what needs to be said about this. Like the Avengers was the first time we saw like a team up movie with superheroes. X-Men doesn't really count because they are
Yeah,
a team. Like, there's no, they don't really do solo stuff like that. But yeah, like just like a team of superheroes that all came from different movies, all coming in one.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Like, and not only that, but they knocked it out the park, like on their first try. You know what I mean? So that you just hella respect to them for that.
My favorite Marvel movie of all time
Is the Avengers,
the
the
first
first
Avengers. That movie, I saw it in theaters when I was like 12 or something.
Yeah.
It's the first time I ever got goosebumps in theaters. Like,
Every time Chris is like an age in a movie, this man's like 2 years old.
bro, because
he's like, yeah,
look
when I was
look how
4
long
in the
this
movie
has been
theater.
going on, dude. Iron Man came out in 2008. That was 12 years ago. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
I
crazy,
was
isn't it?
10. I was 10 years
Damn.
old when that came out. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. And then 2012, 4 years. I was like 13 or something. Well, like I remember just getting goosebumps and like that whole roundup scene when they're in the city and they all just gang up and they round up and like the Hulk is doing his
Iconic,
thing and then Thor gets the hammer
Yeah.
and I that just was
What makes that
unbelievable to me.
scene what makes that scene even better is that like when they were all introduced to each other, like they didn't really get along. You know what I mean? Like they were just kind of like bumping heads, and then obviously what happened to Coulson like kind of brought everybody together to that point. Like it was.
And shouts
It was
out
good time.
Loki because Loki was amazing in that movie.
Yeah, Loki
So
Loki
good.
definitely did his thing. Great villain. One of the few really good villains that they have.
A shout out to New York for taking all the alien L's.
All of them in every movie, in X-Men, in Avengers.
Why do they ever want to go to Cali?
They got Orlando.
It's all
That's what
New
it
York.
is. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's just too funny.
Avengers, that first Avengers movie, in my opinion, I think it's the best Avengers movie to be made. Better than Infinity War, Endgames, I don't know, Civil War.
I
even
think
though do
those
count
movies
both.
like they maybe had like bigger moments than this one, but like
Yeah, but
as a
core-
movie though, like as a film quality, like this one was definitely the best
yeah,
one.
this is definitely the one. They blended all the characters so well. They introduced everybody perfectly. The way they introduced the Hulk in that movie, that's when Natasha had to go like find him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like in the hut. He was like, I haven't turned up in a while. I don't know, you want to test me?
Mhm.
That one of my favorite scenes from her in the whole series. I'm not a big fan of Black Widow,
Well,
but one
yo,
of my favorite
on
scenes.
yes.
And she
Go.
like asked him like, "Oh no, we're just chilling. There's nobody outside. There's nobody here." And then he like tests her real quick. He's like, "You don't want me to get mad?" And she like pulls out the gun real quick. And she's
Oh, and
like
then
tearing
everyone's
up.
outside.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's
But
outside.
that
It's
more-
funny you say that, Asiel, because like one of my favorite Black Widow scenes is in that movie too, but it's not that one. It's the one where she's interrogating
Oh,
Loki
yeah.
like, later on, and he thinks like that he has her or whatever, and then she's actually like it's part of her whole act like that. Yeah, that scene is too good.
This movie also had, I would say, one of the best Hulk scenes, like on screen. Like
Before
Hulk,
he became trash.
Hulk.
Honestly, there's not many to be honest.
No, but like
With
this
this-
movie
with this new
did
Hulk?
Hulk really good because
Yeah, no, the Hulk in this movie was the best Hulk in a while, but then after that, it's like
That's my secret. I'm always angry. Yo.
After that, the Hulk really didn't do
Yeah.
that much. Sadly,
I don't
But
know,
that
it's hard
he
because
shined
he's
in
had
that.
movies that didn't work except for the Edward Norton, but whatever, that's gone away. But this movie did a great job for Hulk, for all the characters, bring them all in. Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hawkeye. This is
Hawkeye.
the
Yeah.
first time Hawkeye was introduced in this movie. But
Damn, this movie came in hot.
Yeah, I'm looking at the date. It says May 4th. Did this come out with a Star Wars movie?
Nah,
No.
May the 4th is like Star
I don't
Wars
think
Day,
so.
but it didn't come out. It didn't
I
come
think
out.
at that time Star Wars was still like
It wasn't
tucked
owned by
away,
Disney yet. Yeah.
Okay.
and people weren't. They didn't come
Yeah,
out, and then
fuck
out of
it.
nowhere they came back. Crazy comeback. Everybody went crazy.
Yeah.
It came
When
out
the Hulk grabbed
2012.
Loki, and he was
Legendary. That speech that Iron Man gives Loki when they're both in there.
Oh, that's
fucking
right.
classic,
That's
dog.
right.
When he's like, "There is no version of this where you come out on top." We
Damn,
like,
dog.
"Oh, I have an
Wanna
army.
watch
We have a
that.
Hulk." Like,
Mhm.
dog. That. Oh my god, too good, man. Too good.
That movie is also the movie that made Captain America my favorite character
really,
of all the Marvel. Yeah, because it was in that one where, like, I mean, I'm sure not too many people know this, but I also have my faith, my religion, and in that one, it was that one scene where he was on the, he was on the ship. I think everybody go fight Loki in like Germany or something, and then Thor comes up out of nowhere and he just flies through. And then Sasha was telling him like, "Oh, these dudes are basically gods or something." He's like, "There's only one god, man." And I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that. And he just, I'm out of here. He's
Oh,
yeah, I
That scene
remember that
was too
scene.
always his.
Oh yeah.
And then he has that fight with Tony in the thing where they're like going at each other's character. And
Oh,
he-
yes.
And Iron Man tries to tell him that everything special about him is from a bottle. That so
Take out the
offended.
suit. Take the suit away. What are you, genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist?
And then he tries to
Yeah.
tell everything special about you came out of a bottle, which I couldn't disagree with more. But they needed that tension.
Of course, man. Like it was a good comeback, even if you
Yeah.
don't agree with it. Like that's really what
What
it is.
was the end credit scene? It was a Shorma, right? The end credit scene.
Fucking Thanos. Oh, well,
Eating
that
in a
was I think
restaurant?
the final thing was
Oh,
the
okay,
restaurant,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Thanos was like the main
Yeah,
one because they showed Thanos at the end.
So it had two end credits.
I think it might have had like a mid credits and an end
Okay,
credits
yeah, I
type
get
of
you.
shit. And I think maybe the end credits was the shawarma, but the
Mhm.
mid credits
Yeah.
was yeah.
So yeah, that
Shouts
was
out
the,
to
It was
Go
looking
ahead,
like
go
Barney.
ahead.
I was gonna say, that was the first time they showed Thanos.
Thanos.
And-
Yeah, it wasn't Brolin, but it was.
Yeah,
Thanos.
it was a different type of makeup and thing. He looked like more purple than what he is. I
It
don't
was
know.
it was like the comic book
Barney.
Thanos. That's literally what it was. Yeah.
It looked like McDonald's.
Oh
What is
yeah,
it?
what's
What's
I
that
know
dude's
who you're
name?
talking about.
Yeah.
the
Oh,
purple guy
no.
from McDonald's.
What the hell?
Grimace.
I'll give
Grimace.
a-
Or Grimace. something like
That's
that.
funny. They showed him there, and they don't introduce Thanos until the first what's it called?
Guardians.
He's in Guardians. Oh yeah,
I
he
think
was
he's at
in,
the end.
He was in
He
a
says like
scene.
I'll do it myself. in
Yeah,
the
I'll do it
post-credits. Oh
myself.
no, and he's
No,
talking
that's-
to
No,
he's
yeah,
talking to
Ronan.
Ronan, yeah.
Okay, so but that was a long way from there too.
Yeah.
Well, transition into
Yes,
your fourth one.
let's let's use this as a transition
Yeah.
to the last one, Guardians of the Galaxy. So with this movie, it's crazy, bro, because like y'all know, like I've read comic books like before, but like I was never like into the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I never even really knew about them like that at all. So when this movie got announced, like my excitement level was pretty low. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be one that hits, blah, 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 whatever. And then the trailers were really what got me excited for it. But bruh, that movie was just too good, man. Like after I watched it, I was like, dog, I need to know everything about the Guardians. Like Groot became everybody's favorite person in the world. Like
Word. I remember watching this movie when I was 9 years old.
this guy.
No,
He's
but-
young, guys.
No, serious. I don't think I've ever gone to a movie with
I'm
any
serious.
less-
I was
any
10.
less expectations than I was just like, it's a Marvel movie. I didn't even think the trailer got me that excited for it too. I was like, I'll catch it. It's a Marvel movie. It probably ties in, so I'll watch it anyway. But that shit fucking blew my mind when I first watched it. Like the music, the colors, the cinemas, like it was so beautiful, and everyone was so funny, and the action was amazing. So it shit just blew me away. I was so surprised.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. Like you said, like the colors, like the vibrant colors that they had. The casting is too funny. What's my dog's name?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, like this was the role that he got like skinny, like fit for and everything,
Yeah.
right? Because he's coming off
Yeah.
of Parks and Rec, was
Yeah,
it?
and he was pretty big in that movie.
Yeah, so
Well,
nobody
didn't
was.
didn't Moneyball come before this?
He was in Moneyball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was in
Yeah.
Moneyball.
He was
Yeah.
one
That
of the
scene
A's
where
players.
what's his name?
He didn't have as big of a role as this one, obviously, but he was in that.
I don't remember.
Philip
him.
Seymour Hoffman, when he pinches in, he like pinch hits someone like during the last inning, and it's the first baseman. He hits a home run, and then that's the where like Brad Pitt looks up, and like the audience goes like silent, pretty much. If next time you see it, you'll notice.
It was definitely. We didn't think we were gonna see Parks and Rec and then have like a superhero a film out of it.
Cool.
Yeah, he got extra soul.
He killed that
Batista
shit.
was hella funny too.
Bro,
Oh
and
my
that
God.
thank you for bringing that up, Chris. Because like when I heard Batista was in this movie, I was like, "But what is this man gonna do?" And he was hilarious. Like I did not see that coming at all, dog. It was too good.
What Drax, right?
Yeah,
Drax.
Drax.
So
The
funny.
Destroyer.
And then
His,
Bradley
his,
Cooper.
set,
took
his
the-
aesthetics are crazy.
Oh yeah, 5 hours of makeup every single day.
Yo, and shout out to the first Dominican Marvel superhero in Zoe Saldana.
Gamora.
Yeah.
That's how we had to get in there before Carlton
God,
did.
thank God.
I literally just watched this movie last night.
Yeah.
Well, also
Literally
Bradley
just
Cooper
last
as the raccoon.
As a
Rocket.
raccoon.
Bro, I forget about that
CGI.
because you don't even realize it's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, it's
But
Vin
wait, hold
Diesel
up.
as Groot.
Yeah, speaking of forget about, Vin Diesel is Groot. That's crazy.
Vin Diesel.
his one and
dog.
only lines.
Vin Diesel cheek.
His best
Vin,
role.
Di-
That's
Vin
his
Diesel
best
trying
role.
so hard to be a superhero, he took a tree, dog. He's trying so hard. Dog.
But look, it's worked. It's working for him. Everybody loves
Yeah,
him.
they had to pitch his fucking his vocal. Even
Well,
though it's
Doesn't
but
even sound like it.
he actually does the movements for it though. The movements for the character.
He moves like a tree.
he extends his arm.
How much does a tree move, Jose? How much does a tree move?
Group fights, you know.
Nah, we're just fucking with it. But
Word.
That Guardians movie, my God. I mean, there's another movie that every time someone asks me, right up there in my top three, just because it shouldn't work, and you shouldn't love the movie as much as you do, with like, because you don't care about any of these people going into it. I remember we watched this as a big group too. I think we went to like AMC. I think it was IMAX. We watched it too. We all watched it, a big group of us, and we all came out like that was way better than we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
I
because
really love
the
that
soundtrack is fucking fire.
Yeah.
Dog.
Oh yeah, I listen to
stuck
that
on a feeling.
almost every day.
He has a little tape player on a whole nother
So
planet.
good that the what's this? The mixtape volume 1. I can't remember the first word.
Awesome
I
mix.
just thought this. Is that what it is? Awesome mixtape
Awesome
volume
mix.
1.
It was that his mom was making the mixes for him.
Yeah, she made him the first one.
Bro, and then at the
that
end when he
second
reads the
one-
letter and she says, "My
beginning.
little Star Lord," and you're like, "Oh, that's where he got the name." Oh my god.
Star.
There's the scene where they're on the ship and they're all about to crash down, and there's literally no hope for them. And then Groot turns into his giant ball.
R.I.P.
protecting
R.I.P. the OG
everybody.
Groot.
Oh my god, he goes.
The OG group.
Nah, but baby Groot, man, I don't know. I don't know if full adult Groot beats baby Groot.
I'm not saying he does, but he did his thing. He did his thing. Rest in
And if
peace.
you rewatch the
Damn.
movie, yeah, but no. If you watch Grown Up Groot, I think rewatch it.
Yeah, he's too
He-
good.
Maybe not in the looks, but in his actions, just as adorable. When he
No,
fights,
for the
everybody-
beginning of Guardians 2, when he's dancing around while shit is popping off behind him.
I mean,
that's
that is
what I'm saying.
adorable.
When he's drinking out of the water fountain and he's like, "Are you drinking out of the fountain?" He's like, "No, with water pouring out of his mouth."
And then there's the scene where he like kills all the dudes at the end, towards the end of the movie, and then he turned and looks at was the Star Lord and Drax, and he just smiles with his little wooden teeth. Beautiful.
Good.
Yeah, this movie is amazing. Like everybody said, nobody was expecting this movie. I didn't know about it, like comic book wise or even show wise. Like, and just when the movie hit, everything worked. The script, the actors, the music, the CGI, everything about it. Like, it was too good. Like, and it was one of the first Marvel movies that didn't take itself seriously. Meaning, like, it was like a comedy wise, like it was funny and it worked the comedy, and like
But it
even
was
yeah, it did it right. Even fighting like the villain had his own like dance scene, and that shit was
Yeah.
hilarious. Like it had moments like unexpected moments that worked and did this movie justice and good. Like and it really brought up all these actors to like another field, you would say. But I really enjoyed
and
this
set
movie.
up and set up like a new storyline to care for. Like, you know, you have the X-Men, you have the Avengers, and you have the Guardians. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
And shout out to Josh Brolin, his first Marvel movie was that one?
Oh really?
Yeah.
And
Got
this
Cable and
is
Deadpool.
this is the one that really introduced us to the whole outer space aspect. I think.
Yeah, the cosmic part of Marvel that
like they
was
really
introduced
took
to
us out there.
Well,
Like,
I
the
think
other one,
didn't
like, in
Thor
the
do-
Avengers.
Thor did that.
Yeah, but it was mostly on his world. This was
Yeah,
like,
it
they
was
were,
just
like, traveling
between
through
Earth
the
and Asgard,
universe.
really. Yeah.
oh yeah, when they're traveling from like realm to realm, like the time jumps.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious how like they changed their physical appearance.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
my-
Have y'all
damn.
forgiven Star-Lord for Infinity War?
I don't know. I don't know if
this is
I
the
can.
first Guardians. We're only talking about the first one.
Yeah, so we got an R.I.P. This is probably the first time we haven't chosen one off-rip Manny.
Fam,
Because
I
he's
would
the
have.
one-
I would have. I totally would have said it, but I really didn't know. Like even now, like I'm still like shit. I
Yeah,
really
it's
don't
a
know.
hard
Yeah, I don't know yet either, but we have to pick
Yeah,
now.
we
This
gotta
video's
do it.
echelon.
Word.
Who wants to
Oh,
go first?
I don't want to go first. I don't want
I'll
to go
go
first.
first.
All right, Chris, what you got?
So the one I got a R.I.P. sadly is Captain America: The Winter Soldier,
I hate you.
Wow.
because this movie, when I think about it, I don't have any sentimental value like I do with the other ones. Like I remember being in a certain time and watching it at a certain place. Obviously, it's an amazing movie. Marvel hardly misses or ever does, but that Captain America especially was amazing. Sadly, that Guardians hit me like different. Like I loved everything about it. Iron Man 1 is just it's top tier. It's one of those. It's a My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I think.
Oh, here, here, guys, made it into this video.
Every time.
And then what was it? Avengers. That Avengers is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. So that's why I chose Captain America.
Who wants to go next?
Not
Right,
it.
all right, I'll go. So, god damn, this is tough, man.
This
'Cause
man.
I'm sorry, but this is hard as shit. I think I'm gonna go with Avengers. And I hate even saying it, dog. I hate even saying it. But hear me out. Hear me out.
No,
It's without Avengers, you're still gonna get Iron Man. You're still gonna get Captain America. You're still gonna get Hulk. You're still gonna get Thor. You're gonna get all the characters. So
You don't get them
just-
together.
I know, bro. But just based off that alone, like again, Winter Soldier is my personal favorite. I think it's the best Marvel film, so I'm not gonna get rid of that one. Iron Man, like, bro, it just changed the game, dog. Like, I can't get rid of that one. Guardians of the Galaxy, like, before Guardians of the Galaxy, there was no real media with Guardians of the Galaxy at all. So, like, if you get rid of that one, you're getting rid of almost all their media. So, like, I really, that's the only one where it's like I can pick that one, and I still get some of what was in that one in other movies. You know what I mean? So, R.I.P. Avengers.
Dang. Who's going next?
Well, I guess it's appropriate for me to go next because I also, like Manny, got to say R.I.P. to the Avengers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those. Chris, you got to rewatch
I do have
Winter
to rewatch
Soldier
Winter Soldier. I
and
do.
watch it as a film. Take the emotional part out of it and just that. Yeah, the other three movies, Iron Man, Guardians, and Winter Soldier, are just, in my personal opinion, they're like top tier films, and they're always my top three. Whenever anyone asks what my top movies are, those are always three, and I always juggle them around because I don't know which one I would put first. It depends on my mood and the day. And then Avengers always fourth, and it just like I know those three, and then Avengers, the first Avengers, and then from there it's a toss up. But yeah, I think Avengers, R.I.P. I got too much love for the other movies.
Dog, literally haven't chosen. So this is literally gonna be the moment. I would have chosen Captain America, but if I RIP that, then I don't like him at all. So I can't RIP. So I can't RIP that movie because that's the movie that set the tone for me to like him, like overall. So then you go respect level Iron Man because it's the set it off, and then you have the Avengers that brought it together, and then go. Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. Like Manny, since he brought it up, and obviously we didn't know he was gonna bring it up. I'm like really having a hard time like remembering everything that happened in these films because it's been so long ago that like maybe if I'm like more refreshed, it would have been like an easier choice. I think I'm torn between Avengers and like Guardians of the Galaxy, dog. And for the time sake, which is always the excuse. I don't like the Guardians second one as much as the first one, so Avengers got an R.I.P. dog. Because I can't live without the first Guardians because the second one wasn't as good, so I have to keep that one, dog. And we have other Avengers movie that we can fuck with. So R.I.P. to Avengers.
R.I.P.
Man, this is probably one of the hardest RPs we ever done. I have to say, Iron Man, top film of all time from Marvel for me. Captain America: Winter Soldier also up there, and you got the two head to head. You could say, the two that I am having a hard time is Avengers and Guardians. But like John said, for the sake of time, I'm actually going for a different route. It was very difficult, but I got an RP Guardians. And that's not. I'm not saying that I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
No one dislikes any of these movies.
All these movies are great. All these movies you should have seen already. And if you haven't, what are you doing? I got a RP Guardians because Avengers. I feel like that just set it off for all the Marvel movies to come together and to have all these great movies like Black Panther. You got with all the other Thor movies that they did. How many movies did they do after Avengers? Like maybe like 20 other Marvel movies.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, like there's way too much. It's just way too much movies to take off. And I think Avengers basically set the game for that with bringing all these Marvel heroes together, and it worked. It did something DC is having a trouble doing in their movies right now, but that's my RP.
Well, I'll leave that alone.
DC, figure your shit out.
Guys, this is not a DC hating video.
It's about to be DC. I'm coming on.
Well, we'll wrap it up right here. Thank you guys for tuning into One I Got a RIP. Please tell us in the comments which movie will you RIP. These were all tough choices. As you can see, they were basically made on the spot with like a whole analysis because this shit is hard. Like all of these movies like are pivotal in the storyline of just the Marvel universe in total. So yeah, which one would you guys RIP? Do you agree with our takes? What were some memorable moments from each movie that you remember that we haven't brought up ourselves? Yeah, man. Like, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. It goes a long way. We love doing these videos, and we hope that you have been enjoying them as we've been making them. And yeah, thank you for tuning in to another segment of One Got a RIP. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Peace.